These are the plaintiffs, Jack Tackett and Sharon Cochina. Jack says he rented the defendant's home and ended up buying his own place a few doors down. Before he moved out, he cleaned the defendant's place for 40 hours. And when he did the walkthrough with her, she showed him a pistol she was carrying and told him she was unhappy with the way the place looked. Now the defendant refuses to return its security. So they're here today to sue for the $1,250 they're owed. This is the defendant, Julia Williams. She says the place reeked of urine when she did the walkthrough with the plaintiff, and quite frankly, it was a disgusting mess. As far as the gun goes, yeah, she had a concealed .38 special on her because she just got out of a domestic situation, and a lady's got to protect herself these days. Bottom line, she has every right to keep the plaintiff's security because she has a whole heap of repairs to make. She's accused of packing some heat.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiffs rented the defendant's house, lived there, and when they moved out, they spent 40 hours cleaning, and they still didn't get their security back. But the defendant says, yeah, it's clean if you don't mind the smell of urine. It's the case of, what a pisser.
Okay, Jack Tackett
Yes, ma'am.
and Sharon Cochina or Cosina?
Casino.
You are suing Julia Williams for $1,250, $750 your security deposit that you say she has wrongfully withheld, and $500 for good measure for stress in wrongfully withholding it. Go ahead. Tell me what's going on.
Okay, it was in 2010. Sharon and I, she was helping me look for a place, and we met her and her boyfriend at the time, Ross, looked at the home, and I really wasn't prepared. Sharon liked it for me, and I didn't have any money with me, so she paid the $100 originally. That's how we held the deposit. She wouldn't hold it.
Who moved in there? The two of you?
I know, just me.
This is a mobile home?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Go ahead. So go on.
I leased it for 1 year. After the year was up, well, a couple months before that, Julia had called me and asked me if I would do another lease. And I told her, no, that I didn't want to do another lease. I'd do month to month, which was in the contract that it was allowable to do that. Okay, so anyways, she had called me sometime before I had told her I was going to leave.
When did you tell her you were going to leave?
I told her on February the 8th, I believe.
So you told her on February 8th that you weren't coming back March 1st?
That's correct.
Okay, and you moved out when?
Roughly February the 26th.
26, yeah.
Because there's 29 days that month. So
Okay.
roughly everything was out. The place was not totally cleaned until February the 29th. I have photos of that.
May I see the photos?
Yes. I cleaned everything. I used Murphy's oil soap, and my mom used to use to wash all the walls down. But I did clean 36 to 40 hours in the home.
36 to 40 hours. It's a mobile home.
Mm-hmm. You can ask Sharon. She came over.
36 to 40 hours?
That's
It took you
correct.
like a full work week to clean a mobile home?
Yes, ma'am,
Well, then
because-
you don't know how to clean, honestly.
You're right. I'm a man. I'm a man.
The fact that you are a man and have different genitalia doesn't mean you don't know how to clean. I'm just telling you, anybody who takes 40 hours to clean a mobile home of this size does not know how to clean. You don't need to
Okay.
spend 40 hours. So you're either beefing it up. It looks clean to me in these pictures, if that's your,
Well, that was my estimation. I didn't clock in and clock out.
Yeah, I'm sure you didn't. Anyway, all right. So then what happens? You do a walkthrough with her.
So I walked in the door, and we exchanged pleasantries, and she says, I'm not very happy. And I said, well, with me? And she said, yes, that's correct. And I asked her, well, why? Well, this place is filthy.
And then what happened?
She said that I was going to have to leave, and I told her, I'm not leaving until I get my $750. So I'll call the police. So the policeman came, and as you read the letter, he did have to, or came around behind her, took the pistol out of her pocket, unloaded
What
it there
pistol?
from me,
Where'd the pistol come from?
out of her pocket.
No, but did you know she had a pistol?
Yes.
Oh, you mean it was sticking out?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't hidden.
No.
I can't even, I'm trying to imagine being a fly on the wall of this discussion. Were you there? Were you there? or
Not
no?
at the walkthrough, no.
Who calls the police?
She did.
So the police come,
Yes, ma'am.
and what happens?
Okay, they basically told me you have to leave, so on and so forth. You've moved out. So I finally, when I'm sitting outside with the guy, and I was animated. My voice was raised.
Is there a
whatever.
police report?
Yes.
May I see it? So you call 911
Yes, I
and you
did.
ask for the police to come.
Yes, I
And
did.
they, I guess a 911 operator is saying that they told you to put the gun in the car, and you said, I'm not putting the gun in the car until the police get here.
That is
You
correct.
have a concealed weapon permit to carry a firearm.
That is correct.
Then the police come, and what happens?
Well, the police came from behind me and just disarmed me as a security
Violently,
measure.
or like, in
Oh, no, he
agitated
just-
fashion? They just said, lady, give me your gun, or what?
No, he just slipped his hand in my pocket and took the gun.
Okay, did he take it before you could realize it?
Yes.
Good for him. All right, and now, you won't return his deposit. He's mad you won't return his deposit. Police make him leave, and now he's suing you for the deposit. What is your reason for keeping the deposit?
The reason for keeping the deposit is the filthy condition of the home and the gardens as well.
Do you have pictures that are different than the ones that I see? Because these don't look filthy, I gotta tell you.
I have tons of pictures.
Okay, let's see them.
So who takes advantage more, landlords or tenants?
Definitely tenants, yeah.
You think tenant? Oh, are you a tenant?
Yes.
Oh, so you take advantage. I got it. What do you think, landlords or tenants?
I think landlords, because they're the ones who make the rules, so.
You're the tiebreaker.
Tenants, they ask for a lot more than landlords can.
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
I have pictures of how he received the home, how I received it back, and then what I had to do to remedy the situations.
Okay, so what is this? It says AC vents. This is after you remove the grill. This is there? Like this is without the grill on it?
I can't see it from there.
Well, then you're gonna have to come over here and we're gonna have to go through them because I need to know what you're saying. So I want you to stand right here. So what's this a picture of?
Yeah, that's the air vent in the bedroom, and I took the grate off.
You
and
took
that
the
was-
grate off. So
Yes.
you wanted him to remove all grates and clean inside.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's part of the air conditioning system.
Okay. Now this, it looks like it was rained on. Bathroom window filthy, but that's not the window. Those are the
The shutter that goes over the window.
on the
On
inside.
the inside, yes.
And that does look like moisture got onto it. So maybe the window was open? Is that your theory? I don't know.
I'm guessing that's what had happened.
Okay, that's a toilet bowl underneath. You took the camera underneath. That is
Really
gross. Yeah. I still don't see $750, but
Well, keep going.
okay.
You'll get there.
Okay, well, I'll be the judge of that.
Okay.
All right, and then this is what? Bathroom doors, sticky, covered with dust and hair and something
Yes.
dripping.
Yes.
Okay, so that needs to be wiped down in this. Mm-hmm. Inside the oven. Okay, what's wrong with the inside the oven?
Well, it wasn't completely clean. I had to clean it.
You know, I see what you're saying. Like you know, his pictures are far back. Your pictures are up close. You don't like that you have to wipe these cabinets again. You don't like that you have to
Scrub.
clean that kitchen floor.
Scrub,
Well, I don't know.
not wipe. Scrub.
I don't know. But anyway, let's assume, you know, a cleaning fee. Now I want to get to something that would entitle you to $750, which is not a cleaning fee. Kitchen at time of rental, dining room at time of rental. Tell me about the gardening, because you want to keep $340 for gardening, because gardening was his responsibility.
Right.
So show me now the proof that whatever he did or didn't do is worth $340.
Okay, well, this particular picture is pretty minimal, you know, with the weeding here and then what I had to weed out. It's the other ones that are crucial. So in other words, this is how I got it back here, and this is what it was supposed to be, except with the mulch.
Okay, but how would that little patch of land be $340
That's
worth
just
of weeding?
one garden. That's just one. That's the back section. If you look on that picture there, there's a back section, a middle section, a front section.
Show me how there's $340 worth of gardening there. Did you pay somebody $340? I know you didn't pay somebody $340.
No. I did my
You
work.
did it yourself. So how is it you were attempting to keep $340 of the security deposit for that?
It took me from 10 o'clock one morning till 3:30 at night, and then
To
half
pull
of the
weeds
next
in a
day.
space that is how big?
It goes around the entire house.
A mobile home.
That
Right,
is correct.
Okay.
So if you look in this picture, this is the before. That's how I got it afterwards.
This is
then-
when you rented it to him?
That is
To
correct.
him?
Yes.
What day did you start your rental to him?
I don't even know. I'd have to look at the lease.
What day did the lease start? October?
1st, 2010.
They're not dated.
Dated.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, probably the date that I had them printed,
What day did you have them printed?
just a couple of weeks ago.
So how do I know these weren't taken a couple of weeks ago?
No, they were sitting in my computer.
Okay, go ahead and go back.
Okay.
So let's go over the amounts that you're claiming on the security deposit. First of all, there's no question that you complied with Florida law, which requires that you explain within 30 days why you're holding money if you plan to hold money. You sent the letter right away. In fact, you're telling him to his face, which Nice touch bringing the gun and everything.
I didn't bring the gun for that situation. I always have the gun on me.
You always have the gun on you?
Always, unless I'm not allowed to. Absolutely.
And why is that?
Because I can.
I'll raise my hand.
That's a
Short
great
and sweet.
answer.
That's right.
Because
That's
I
a
can.
great answer. Because you can. Now, you ended up with an affidavit from her ex, who clearly hates your guts because he can't
Absolutely.
wait to just skewer you.
I would love to read it. It would be fun.
Yeah, I'll do a dramatic reading. Hand it over.
Ma'am,
Let me tell you something else that bothers me when you show me those pictures and you say that's how it was handed to him. There's a document that you've submitted into evidence that says on top, I had a conversation with Jack about this notice. He said he was going to get the gardening caught up. And it's a notice that was given, I guess you're saying, to Jack or to you about the property while Jack has it. And it's not looking right. It's got planter needs weeding, shrubs or trees need trimming, removal of weeds around the perimeter of home. Right?
Right.
There's one problem with that. The date of this notice is 8/21/10, and that's before he even took over the lease. I don't think you saw the date or you wouldn't have introduced this into evidence.
No.
8/21/10. He moved in October 10.
So I don't know what happened there, but no, because I have
Well,
the
that doesn't look
pictures.
good though, does it?
I don't know.
I cohabitated with Julia Williams on her property. While we lived there, her dog Sebastian repeatedly and almost daily urinated on the carpets. Although Julia has a concealed weapon or firearms license issued by the state of Florida, she has frequently told me how she has fantasized about shooting someone. Okay, well, Mr. Castillo apparently does not like you.
He does not. That's mutual, though. It's okay.
Okay. You are keeping, let's go over what you want to keep. Gardening work, $340. We've gone over that. Carpet cleaning, $153. Deep cleaning of home, $85. Cleaning supplies with receipts, $70. And then aside from charging him to clean the carpet and the products to clean the carpet, you also want him to pay to have the carpet replaced.
No.
Well, you do. That's part of your math. I think that the things that you've pointed out and documented would entitle you to keep a cleaning fee and would entitle you to keep something for the upkeep of the garden that didn't look like it was kept up. I do not believe you when you show me pictures of how you handed it to him, because I am very suspicious of two things. The association's notice to you a month before he moves in, telling you that it's in horrible condition and you need to keep it up. And the fact that the pictures that purport to be pictures taken back 2.5 years ago have a print date of a few weeks ago. Those two things make me suspicious. But clearly, that place needed weeding, and if that was part of his responsibilities, then it's part of his responsibilities. I am going to allow you to keep part, not all, of the security deposit. You are suing. You've attempted to make a $750 case into a $1,250 case by adding $500 for stress.
absolutely.
What stress? Tell me your theory.
Okay. As I started to say before, when I went in and looked at the house, when she started going through the house, she was going room to room and we're yelling back and forth to each other. I was not going back in another room with her.
I would have left. I see somebody walk up who has a gun in her pocket and tells me I'm not returning your money. I'd say, I'm out of here, and then I'll sue her. That's what I would do, but I'm crazy that way.
Well, I've never been in court before.
Well, I don't know how scared you really were. I mean, you're saying I'm so scared, and you're saying I'm not leaving you to give me my money. I mean, I don't know how scared you really were. So how does this entitle you to $500? I don't get it.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Now we're done. I'm going to allow you to keep $150 of the security deposit. I'm going to order you to pay the remaining $600 verdict for the plaintiff. That's my verdict.
Just stay right there, please.
We'll see what she has to say. The defendant coming out here, he didn't collect everything he sued for. What's your feeling on the outcome here?
Well, I'm not really happy. I think that it was unfair. I don't think the judge really had the time needed for this case, but
Really, you don't think you lost fair and square by the evidence, which is what
Absolutely.
actually happened in there?
absolutely not.
Okay.
But it is what it is.
Okay, so you tried to beef up a case that was worth a certain amount into a
No.
much higher amount?
No, absolutely not.
No?
No,
All right.
absolutely
All right,
not.
right down there.
Why do you think?
Okay, so come on in here. You didn't get everything you sued for, but step in, sir. What's your feeling on the outcome here?
Well, I felt like I was a little suppressed in there, to be honest with you. I'm happy that I won.
You're not a very good cleaner, it seems like. What takes you so long to clean?
You're a man. How much do you clean?
Harvey. You know, whenever you take pictures or video to prove what the place looks like, make sure you can show the date of when it is all shot.